Today we are working on Grand Cherokee. It's a 2005 with a 3.7 liter. It's full-time four-wheel drive. So this transfer case is what we're working on. The transfer case is an ND 140. We are changing the chain inside here because it slips. So first thing we gotta do, 10mm socket, take this out of the way, pull this off so that we can drain the ATF +4 fluid that's in here. All right, useful information for anybody working on one of these and can't find the tag. That counterweight I pulled off of here had hiding behind it the identification tag. Shows there it is the 140. But yeah, good thing to know. You find it right behind that counterweight right there, the balance shaft. Drain the fluid here. It's a 2-quart capacity of ATF +4. I'm gonna deal with some wind here. Into a drain bucket, just so you all know, I'm not dumping it on the ground. Nasty black ATF. Definite need of service for this. 2-quart capacity. It's drained pretty quickly. That's a good size hole. All right, we gotta take off the rear drive line. Got a 14mm socket here. Oh, 15mm socket. 4 bolts all the way around this thing. And once we get these bolts out, we need to push this back. I WD-40'd all around here because it's been here for a while. I'm sure it's rusted on, but it needs to pull away so that the case cover here can pry away. We need to get this out. Trying to separate right here from the transfer case. This big round piece goes over the transfer case connection area. Beat it from behind. Of course, all WD-40'd up so it loosens up, but you make progress from behind. See, it's starting to separate. Just a little bit of elbow grease time and you'll get it off. Proof is in the pudding for all you that need to see that it does come apart. There, now the shaft is separated from the transfer case. Oh, now all we gotta do, 10mm socket all the way around here, take out these bolts, and we can pry the cover off and access the chain. Smooth sailing. I'm almost done removing all the bolts around this case. There's a couple that are really tight right here. Got all these off. I think I got one more on the back side, and these two, and it'll come off, but I wanted to show you what it looks like before we actually have the cover off, what a loose chain looks like inside here. You can grab a hold of this, turn like this. Hear that noise? That's that chain with a lot of play. There should not be this much play on here. When I put the new chain on, I will show you later how much play there should be. Alright, got all the bolts out. I put this one back in just a little bit and didn't pull this one out all the way because when I pry this cover apart from the case, I don't want it to fall down. I'm just myself under here, and I'm trying to run a camera at the same time, so I can't catch this and hold the camera at the same time. So anyway, it's held on by silicone all the way around. Just break the silicone bond there, and case cover should fall down and you can access the chain. Now, if you get a hammer and look for a spot looks like this, right here. You can get a hammer in here and beat it like so. I can see some space happening between the cover and the case itself now. Fluid's coming out. Got some good separation going on here. Just do it all the way around. Separate it all the way around. Pull out that bolt that you got holding it on here. And I'm not gonna hold the camera while pulling it off. I just decided not to. But yeah, you can do it all by yourself. Now here, got the old chain off, comparing to the new chain to see how much this chain is stretched.
Hold on, let me get these things lined up here. Okay, now, here you go.
I can't get over there. See there, we got more than half the quarter-inch difference on this chain stretch. That's why my transfer case always slips if you get on the gas or get stuck anywhere you need torque.
Yeah.
It just sits and slip, slip, slip. Now, got to pull this off. This nut right here is a 32 millimeter impact. Get it off nice and easy. Got to take that off so it can slide out the gear inside and put that back in. All right, got it separated here. Just a little hammer and, you know, a couple threads on there, and you can beat this down through the hole here. Now we can stick this back under the Jeep in the transfer case and put the chain on. Before adding the chain in there, clean off the gasket mating surfaces. You know, the transfer case and the transfer case cover. There is no gasket that goes on here, but black silicone or Mopar silicone is the only gasket you need. Alright, chain is on here. The easiest way to get it on is to pull this piece out, set the chain on there, and then route it around here, and then set this back into place. It won't fight with you at all. Transfer case cover, I put a bead of high temp silicone around here. Don't overdo it. It's gonna be a thin film. Just make sure you put it on the inside of all these holes, not around the holes, just inside, so it stops everything from going out. Now, we got the transfer case covers put on. Transfer case right there. This is the little magnet that catches all the metal shavings that fall. Keep them out of the works. Don't forget to put that back in right there. You will need it someday. Now we can just line that transfer case cover up, put it back on there, and start threading the bolts in. Alright, I got all the bolts tightened up here. Got the drain plug tightened up. Can't forget that. And I got the fill plug removed. Before I put this damper or anti-vibration thing on here, I want to fill this up with ATF plus 4. Should be 2 quarts capacity. Alright, I know I've been saying 2 quarts capacity on this. That's the information I found online, but it held less than 1 quart. maybe 7/8 of a quart. Here is the quart bottle. Got a pump on it. I pumped it up there. 120 pumps out of this little pump to fill this up to full. So, not 2 quarts, about 7/8 of a quart. Okay, we got drive line on, damper on, drain plug and fill plug are tightened up. Bolts are tightened up around it. Full with about 7/8 quarts of ATF plus 4. This job is done. We're ready to go drive it, make sure it works.